with it. Inflection points, that comes off of the second derivative. So f double prime is 8x e to the negative x squared times 2x squared minus 3. These guys get a little on the funky side. Let's make sure I've got that derivative right. Minus 8x e to the minus x squared times 2x squared minus 3. So I'm okay. Set that equal to 0. Well, 8's never 0, but I get an x equals 0. And this guy is never 0. So this is never 0. It's a nice thing about E. But you have that 2x squared minus 3 equals 0. 2x squared equals 3. X squared equals 3 halves, or x equals plus or minus the square root of 3 halves. And plus or minus the square root of 3 halves is 0.2, 1.2. Now they're all multiplicity 1, which is an indication that they're all inflection points. So I will have 3 inflection points. So plus or minus, I'll have a minus 1.2 change, a 0 change, and a 1.2 change. And so x equal 1 will be my test. So I'll have 8 times 1 e to the minus 1 squared times 2 times 1 squared minus 3. Well, this whole thing is positive. 2 minus 3, that's negative. So the result here is negative, positive, positive, negative. Concave down, concave up, concave down, concave up. I have 3 inflection points. X equals 0. X equals plus or minus 1.2. Now to graph it, I'm going to put everything that I need. And I have my max and min. So I have a negative 0.7 and a 0.7. And I have my inflection points, 0, negative 1.2 and 1.2. I know 0 is 0 because it happens to be. And then I have an HA at y equals 0. So now I just need to do some calculation, and I got to remember what the original function is. It is 4x e to the minus x squared. So 4 times x, which is going to be negative 0.7, times e to the minus x, which is a negative 0.7 squared. And I come out with a negative 1.7 as my first value. And I want to go ahead and put in the second negative number that I have. So I'm going to come up here, pull this back down. negative 1.2. So insert 1.2, delete, delete, insert 1.2, delete, delete. So I'm putting 1.2 negative, and it's is that a negative? I can't see. It's a negative 1.14. And then we'll go with the 1.2. So take that negative out. Take that negative out. And I got a positive 1.14. And then a 0.7. Delete 0.7, delete, and it's 1.7. So about negative 3/4, we're down at 1 3/4. At a negative, that should be, yeah, negative 3/4. Negative 1.2, I'm down at negative a little over 1. So this guy, concave up, and now he's moving concave down. On the right-hand side, at about 3/4, he is about 1 3/4. And at 1.2, he is a little over 1. So concave down, and then concave up. And that's what he looks like.